Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zenaton and welcome to today's video for Legends of Runeterra. It's spoiler season still. We're every day we're getting closer and closer to the release for the new set, Cosmic Creation. Today we have gotten a new champion. We have gotten ZOE. All the Riven fans cry out in despair as Riven is still not spoiled. But yes, we have ZOE today and a few other cards. Just ZOE, sadly, no, nothing. I just said we had a few other cards and ZOE, but whatever. But mostly just ZOE. I'll be honest with you, I don't think she's amazing, but she is fun. So let's get right into it and take a look at ZOE. So here we are. ZOE is a 1-mana 1/1 elusive. Hello, Timo, by the way. 1-mana 1/1 elusive, Nexus Strike, create a super cool star chart in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. To level her up, you need to have played 10 cards with different names, and ZOE needs to see you doing that. So she won't be able to level up in your deck, which I think that's going to hamper a lot of her playability. But her leveled up form is really powerful, so that's probably why they're doing it like this. And the reason I think ZOE is weak and not really competitive is 1-mana 1/1s, just things with 1 health, are usually bad. Like, what is something that has 1 health that is popular? Not that many things, in all honesty. Like, the difference between 1 health and 2 health is huge. A good example, 2 good examples actually, are Mountain Goat used to be a 3/1, it's now a 3/2. Pretty much never saw play as a 3/1, sees a lot of play now as a 3/2. Another card that was 1 health and is now 2 health, River Shaper, used to be a 2/1, now it's a 2/2. It did even see play, it saw play as a 2/1 though, but not that much. Now it sees a lot of play as a 2/2. I feel like that would be a good start to buffing ZOE if ZOE's not as strong as they would like her to be, is to make her a 1/2. Especially with Go Hard being a thing. It's kind of a problem to play things that you want to have live when Go Hard is a card. Now, sure, you can pass and not play ZOE on turn 1, but I feel like you want to play ZOE on turn 1 or turn 2, depending on if you have the attack token or not. So, now what do I think about ZOE, like, as far as competitiveness? I think she's mostly a meme. I would put her about on the level of Timo and Fizz in terms of competitiveness. So mostly memes, kind of fun cards that every now and again surprise people with how good they are. If that makes sense. Also, we haven't actually read ZOE's leveled up form, so let's read that real quick because she's really powerful. ZOE, when she levels up, becomes a 1-mana 2/2 elusive. Already much better, of course. Doesn't die to Go Hard and Vile Feast anymore. For the rest of the game, when you summon an ally, grant its keywords to all allies. Nexus Strike, create a Behold the Infinite that costs 0 in hand, so it's no longer creating star charts. Sure, her leveled up form is really powerful, but again, her level up condition to have seen you play 10 cards with different names is tough. Sure, between Celestials and Gems and Targon alone, and then the cards themselves that you're already playing in your deck. Yeah, I guess that helps, but I really don't see ZOE leveling up too much. You can play cards to protect ZOE and try to level her up that way, but then you're investing a lot of resources, in my opinion, into ZOE, and I feel like you'll just get run over by anything slightly aggressive. Like, okay, off the top of my head, in Targon alone, there's Bastion, of course. Bastion's just like the classic, I think, card you look at when you're like, I need to protect the card. I think a card that a lot of people have kind of forgotten about, it's still one of the cards I love to play, even though it's not good, in my opinion, at the moment, is Giddy Sparkleologist. Giddy Sparkleologist is a 3-mana 2/2 that when you play it, if you behold a Celestial card, you can grant an ally +1/+1 in Spell Shield. That kind of helps out Zoe a lot because it will make it so she doesn't die to a ping anymore, and the Spell Shield helps her just increase her survivability. So how will you play the game? Turn 1 Zoe, turn 2 Star Chart, turn 3 Sparkleologist? Something like that. Of course, you could play the Star Chart later with spell mana, so maybe that'll do it. But I think Sparkleologist might go into a Zoe deck just because Sparkleologist will really help out Zoe and help her out early. Another thing I can think of that's, if we're staying in Targon still, is Zenith Blade. It gives Zoe some health so she doesn't die to pings. If you Daybreak, you can draw through, you can help thin out the deck a little bit, which it's always a little nice thing to do, and it gives you, of course, another Zenith Blade to keep buffing up Zoe if you want to do that. Astral Protection, the heal 4 and then get +0/+4 is nice if you just want to give Zoe some health. Moon Glow, the +0/+2, and getting Spell Shield's Celestial spell is also nice. Of course, you can only invoke it. So yeah, I think it's nice. As for champion spells, I think her champion spell is pretty bad in all honesty. It is Sleepy Trouble Bubble. I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing that. It is a 2-mana slow spell, stun an enemy. Already taking comparisons to Guile, 1-mana stun. Sure, I've seen some people already say like, oh, power creep. I'm like, you have to remember, different regions. Some regions excel at certain things better than other regions, of course. But where was I? Yes. Stun an enemy, create a fleeting Paddle Star in hand, and of course shuffle Zoe into the deck. So 5 mana to cast both the Sleepy Trouble Bubble and the Paddle Star. That's a lot of mana, and it's all slow spell. Or all slow speed, so that's a little worrying. But I don't think you would play these cards in your deck unless you're really strapped for removal, which you shouldn't be. That's what the second region is for usually when you're playing Target decks. Paddle Star, by the way, is the 3-mana slow spell. Deal 4 to an enemy that attacked this round or is stunned. I really feel like if this was a fast spell, it'd be much, much better because of the... you could play it during combat against something that's attacking because it would be considered an enemy that is attacked, I assume. And then everyone just, like, I feel like this just shows off how good Ravenous Flock is. You take Ravenous Flock and you compare it to Paddle Star, everyone gets sad. Where was I, though? So, yeah, her champion spell's a little weak. Her stat line's a little weak. It's hard to level her up. But she does create a lot of value if you can protect her. And if you can level her up, she creates insane value. Now, next up, we have Spell Thief. Just a spell not related to Zoe, at least not created by Zoe or anything. Spell Thief is a 1-mana burst spell. Pick one of 3 enemy spells, play this game, create a copy in hand. It's nice. It helps activate Nightfall, activates Augment. Just a very nice card. Helps level up Zoe, of course. Very nice. Just a decent spell. I don't know how many of these you would play in your deck if you want to play them. I feel like you might only play this in an Augment deck, maybe in Nightfall, but Nightfall usually has enough activators on their own. Next up, we got Starry Scamp, 2-mana 2/2. If you he costs less if you behold a Celestial. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what this card is doing. I don't know what kind of deck wants a card like this. Like, sure, if you are beholding a Celestial, it's a 0-mana 2/2. Is sure? I guess, like, maybe it's supposed to help stem aggro and slow aggro down as a Target deck, but I'd rather just play like Solari Soldiers and Solari Shield Bearers. And you have Sparklefly, which is a 2-mana 1/2 elusive lifesteal. Pretty nice. I would say it is fairly good of a card. Obviously you play this card when Zoe levels up, give all of your board elusive and lifesteal, and then you're happy. But again, this is a lot of if this happens, if that happens, assuming this, assuming that stuff with Zoe, which is why I think she's not going to be too good as a card because she just relies on too many ifs and assumes too much stuff of your opponent. Now, thinking about like what kind of champions would you want to pair with ZOE, and what regions do you want to pair with Targon? I don't think you would stay mono Targon because there's not enough pull to stay in mono Targon for ZOE. Like you can get what? Like sure, Mountain Scryer is great, but I feel like you would want to go to a second region to get more ways to protect ZOE if you're playing a ZOE deck. Also, I feel like I just mentioned Feel the Rush ZOE, maybe. I think that's bad, but hey, 10-10 elusive, sure. But off the top of my head, some good champions to pair with ZOE, I think would be like Taric. Taric would be able to do, like, if you're playing a Taric deck, you're probably playing supports, and supports with ZOE would be nice. Taric would give you access to his champ spell as well, Blessing of Targon. Good spell for ZOE, turn her into a 4/4 elusive, and then the problem is, like, you'll just win before she levels up, I think, right? Like, I feel like if you're winning with ZOE, you're gonna win before the level up happens, and the level up form of ZOE is just gonna be a little, like, extra, like, I'm already winning. So, I don't know. Diana, maybe? Diana would be pretty good. You get Pale Cascade and Diana herself. Maybe, like, similar to the Diana Leona Invoke decks we have now, try to win with Invokes, and ZOE and Diana will eat removal, and then you have more Pale Cascades. You'll have access to, like, 5 Pale Cascades, I guess? So that's nice. I don't think ZOE would pair well with Leona or Aurelion Sol. I think you might play some of the Daybreak cards in a ZOE deck just as defensive units so you don't get run over by aggro. But I don't think you would want to pair ZOE with Leona or Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol might, maybe, because, you know, late game value, but I think you should go for something else. As for cards, though, what other cards would be good for ZOE that are not champions? Like a Sunblessed Vigor, the 2-mana burst spell, grant an ally +0/+2. I've played it before in my Zed Lee Sin decks to help protect those cards. It's always very nice. All these cards, though, that are protecting ZOE, like increasing her health or whatever, I just have to think, like, to myself, like, okay, all these cool things, and then Hush exists. And sure, Hush is in Targon, but, you know, what's to stop your opponent from playing Hush? And also, very commonly is, will you attack with ZOE to try to get a Nexus Strike when your opponent has no elusives, but they have units, and they're playing Demacia, and they have 2 mana? Basically, Sharp Sight is going to be awful. I mean, it's going to be great against ZOE. It's going to be awful as the ZOE player. You're not going to want to see a Sharp Sight as a ZOE player, because ZOE's probably not trading in against whatever's playing, whatever's getting sharp-sighted. So yeah, speaking back on cards that would be nice for ZOE, I guess, like, support cards in general, like I said with Taric, Tayari gives ZOE +0/+2 permanently, and Mentor of the Stones to give ZOE +2/+2. You get gems to heal up ZOE and give her plus attack, so she becomes an actual threat as an elusive. That's kind of nice, and, you know, gem, a card with a different name also helps level her up. Outside of Targon, I guess, like, Lulu, maybe? Lulu turns ZOE into a 4/4, or maybe a 5/5, depending on if she's leveled up or not. So maybe, like, Lulu ZOE support. You also get to go into Ionia, so you get access to Nopifies and Denies and Wills and Concussive Palms and all that if you want access to that. So that's pretty good. If you really want to build around her level up form, I guess, like, Heimerdinger, Piltover and Zon. Heimerdinger and his turrets, not all of them, but a lot of the Heimerdinger turrets all have different types of keywords, so that's kind of cool. And then you get all the Piltover and Zon removal suite. You get, like, Thermogenic Beams, Mystic Shots, so that's nice. I can't think of too many ways in Piltover and Zon to protect specific cards. Like, I can't think of anything like a Bastion or something. The only thing I can really think of is Suit Up, the 4 mana when it's drawn, it costs 2 less, I guess. Set the unit or set an ally's stats to 4/4, so ZOE will become a 4/4 with Suit Up, so that's nice, I guess. But I don't know. I really think like Zoe's mostly a meme, and she's gonna be on the level of Teemo and Fizz, like fun tier 3 competitive level. But you'll see a lot of it, and you're gonna see a lot of like YouTube videos and stuff, because Zoe, I think, is gonna create a lot of those kind of videos where it's like, oh, I leveled up Zoe, I'm gonna give everything elusive, or I'm gonna give everything spell shield. Yay, I won. So that's fun. I know I'm gonna be trying to do that with Zoe, because that sounds fun. So yeah, that's it. These were all the cards that were spoiled today. Big fan of the card. I don't think it is good or competitive, but I do like it, if that makes sense. Not much to talk about today, I think, really. I guess like Zoe Victor also. Zoe Victor might be a thing. I guess I can talk about this. You have Zoe herself. If you get a Nexus Strike, you get the Star Chart. And Star Chart plus the Invoked Celestial card are technically 2 created cards, so that triggers Augment twice. And Star Chart Invoked Celestials that are 3 or less, so you might get Moonglow, and then you can Moonglow up Victor. So that sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that seems fun. Maybe Zoe Victor is the build. Maybe that's the deck to try out. I don't know. There's a lot of decks and a lot of champions I'm going to pair up with Zoe. Basically, if I can find a deck that can crack 50% win rate with Zoe, I'm going to be happy. I don't think there will be one, but I want to be wrong. I would love Zoe to be a good card and to be at the very least a tier 2 in a tier 2 deck, because she looks like a lot of fun to play. So here's hoping. And if she isn't, I hope Riot buffs her, or at least her champ spells or something to try and make her more playable. Anyway, though, like I said earlier, that'll be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any ideas to make Zoe playable or viable that I didn't talk about, I would love to hear, because I've looked through the entire card list and I just named things that I thought of off the top of my head just now, and I've looked at the card list earlier on during my stream to think of things to protect her, and I can't think of anything else that's good to try and protect her. But if you have any ideas to try and protect Zoe and level up Zoe and just build a Zoe deck, I would love to hear them in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble and talk about cards and stuff, whatever, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below as well, of course. If you guys want to keep up with the content and stuff, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Also, if you want to catch more of me and watch me play some Legends of Runeterra, I stream pretty much every day over at my Twitch account at twitch.tv/Senaton. I would love to see you there. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you for watching this video, and until I see you guys in the next one, bye!